everybody, how's it going? Well, first off, I want to say Happy Mother's Day. I'm filming this the day of, so this is probably going to come out probably the day after, but still, Happy Mother's Day. For this recipe, I got a very special request. Now, my wife, the mother of my lovely children, has requested a trifle, but not any normal trifle. She wants a trifle inspired by that 90s show Friends. So, if you know the episode I'm talking about, one of the characters tries to make an English trifle, but gets pages stuck together, and she ends up adding like ground beef and peas, like trying to make it out of a shepherd's pie. So, in that spirit, I'm going to make my trifle kind of in that style, but instead of using beef, obviously, I'm going to use homemade brownies instead. So, this one's going to be a couple of steps. We got to make the lady fingers, the brownie, and then start assembling everything for the trifle. So, it's going to be pretty extensive, but overall, I think it's going to turn out great. So, keep your eyes on the recipe. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you again next time.
All right, ingredients are on the board and it's time to go. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 400 degrees. But while that's preheating, go ahead and take your egg whites and begin to beat them until soft peaks begin to form like you see here. Now, once you see those soft peaks, go ahead and take 2 tablespoons of sugar, put them in, and continue to beat until stiff peaks form. Now, once you have your stiff peaks in a separate bowl, go ahead and put in your egg yolks, the remainder of your sugar. Go ahead and beat that until the egg yolks are thick and pale. Now, my lighting doesn't lend itself to paleness, but that is pale, I promise you. Now, once you get that pale, go ahead and take half of your egg white mixture and go ahead and fold that into your egg yolk mixture, and make sure you don't beat the air out of your egg whites. Now, once everything is nice and folded in, take your flour and your baking powder and sift it into that mixture. Now, you want everything to have a nice, even mix. So make sure you dip your spoon in to the bottom and make sure there's no pockets of dry ingredients waiting to give you a nasty surprise. Once your dry ingredients are mixed in, go ahead and take the remainder of your egg whites, put them in, and go ahead and mix everything together until you have that nice, even mix. Using a 1/2-inch tip, go ahead and pipe out 3-inch long lady fingers and go ahead and bake them for about 8 minutes or until they're golden brown. Now, for your brownies, you're going to go ahead and drop the temperature in your oven to 325 degrees and get an 8-inch square pan and prep it to bake everything in. Now, the first thing we're going to do is take your butter, put it in a medium saucepan on low heat, and go ahead and melt it down. Keep an eye on it not to brown it or burn it. As soon as it's fully melted, take it off the heat. Now, while your butter is still hot, go ahead and stir in your sugar, your cocoa, your vanilla, and your salt. Stir everything up with a wooden spoon until it is well combined. Once everything is combined, you're going to go ahead and set it aside for about 5 to 10 minutes or until your mix is comfortable to touch. Now, once your mixture is nice and cooled off, one at a time, add your eggs and stir vigorously in between until everything is fully combined. Once your eggs are combined, you're going to go ahead and add your flour in, and you're going to go ahead and mix that well using, again, a wooden spoon. It almost looks like a chocolate choux pastry at this point. Now, you're going to spread your batter evenly in your pan and bake for about 20 to 30 minutes. Now, as you can see, it's a little sticky, so do the best you can to get it to your corners. At the end of this recipe, you're going to crumble it up anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, the custard is a very simple thing. I've done custards on this channel before, so just keep an eye open and we'll go over it nice and easy. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is beat your egg yolks with your sugar until they're pale and uniform, and go ahead and add cornstarch and beat that until it's all well mixed. Now, again, sift it so it's easier to kind of dissolve. Now, in a medium saucepan, you're going to add your milk, your whipped cream, and your vanilla, and mix it until it boils over low heat. Now, make sure you keep an eye on it so you don't scorch your milk. Once your milk starts to boil, add a small amount of your egg yolk mixture. Mix it in nice and evenly until the egg mixture is warm. Pour it back into the milk and go ahead and boil that until it thickens up. You'll know your custard's ready when it passes the spoon test, and I've explained the spoon test in my other videos, but once you get it there, put it into a container with something over the top of it, close the container up, and let it chill for about 30 minutes before you use it in the trifle. Now the whipped cream will be the easiest part of this. In a chilled bowl, go ahead and put your whipping cream and gently add in your powdered sugar and go ahead and begin whipping it. Now about midway through the whipping, add your vanilla and beat it until stiff peaks form or you get the desired consistency of whipped cream. Now the fun part, assembly. Now the first layer is going to be your lady fingers. You're going to put that on the bottom of the dish and making sure that there aren't any holes that anything can slip through. Next, you're going to take a jar of raspberry jam, pour the whole thing in there and spread it evenly again so there's no holes. Next, you're going to take about half of your custard that you made earlier, go ahead and spread it over till, again, there's no holes. That's going to be the running theme, is there's no holes. Next, you're going to go ahead and add your raspberry layer. Next, here we go again with more of the lady fingers. That should use up about all the lady fingers that you made at this point. Next up is going to be the brownie. Like I said, you're just going to crumble it all up and put a nice even layer all around so you can't see any of the lady fingers underneath. Now finally, you're going to add the rest of your custard and go ahead and top that off with all of your whipped cream. Make sure it's a nice thick layer. Unlike the show, no one had to put beef in this trifle, and it turned out to be a sweet sensation that I'm sure is going to have everybody begging for it every year. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.